Blessings, everyone, and salutations to my AFBC family. I'm Apostle Dr. C. Spears with God's Precious Design Ministries, and I want to welcome you to The Door is Open. So come on in and let's have a coffee break with God. Well, this brew today is going to stimulate your palate, so get ready. It's written, hitherto have ye asked nothing in my name, asking ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. John chapter 16, verse 24, your King James Version. Understand, many have not because they ask not. Many are lost because they seek not, and many feel like they're stuck because they knock not. I want you to understand, if one does not apply the word to their natural situations, they're not going to ever experience a supernatural solution. If one does not study to show themselves approved, rightfully dividing the word for themselves, they inadvertently remove themselves out of position to experience the Almighty God in a greater way. One must exercise the authority given to them through Christ to make the choice to not just be a hearer, but be a doer as well. It's written, faith without works is dead, meaning you cannot have confidence in God and do not be obedient, because that is pointless. You must put forth action. You got to put your foot to the ground. You have to move forward. No, you must at some point apply the instructions you claim you understand, as well at some point be held accountable for the knowledge you said you know to be true. It's unacceptable to walk as a hypocrite. God requires one to make a choice. It's stated you cannot serve God along with manna, which is the world. It's written, being lukewarm is not a realistic place to be, for it is commanded one be either hot or cold. So God is not pleased when you straddle the fence or you want to exist in a gray area. He doesn't require that type of relationship. He doesn't want or need that type of fellowship. God desires a quality invested and personal relationship and rapport with you. He says intimate describes how he wants to dwell with us. Hebrews 11:6 says, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Meaning, you got to believe that God can do what you asking him to do. It is rude to go to the Father thinking that he can't even do it. Why even go? That make God feel some kind of way. You come to him asking him to do something that you already feel like you ain't sure he can do. Isn't it like setting God up for failure? He don't ever set you up for failure. So he don't want you coming to him with your head down. He said, come bold. Come with a clear petition and lay it at my feet. Which means when you lay it at his feet and walk away, that means you don't have to worry about it no more. You don't have to be concerned about it anymore. It's not a problem. You've given it to God. If God can't handle it, nobody can handle it. You gave it to the ultimate solver. You turned the old serpent over to God. You said, hey, you created it, you handle it. I have taken myself out the equation. I'm going to go sit down somewhere. Let me know when it's finished. Because sometimes it's just that way. We need to step out of God's way. We in God's way. You know what I'm saying? We blocking God. Because we always trying to put our hand on something. We always trying to, go behind God like he needs somebody to tidy up his situation, his business. God don't need us to help him. We need God to help us. We need God to assist us. What is grace and mercy? It's not for God. Grace and mercy is for us. Grace is assistance. Love is mercy. We need that from the Father. The Father don't need us to help him do anything. So look, be encouraged to ask in faith, seek in faith, knock in faith. For when one follows the instructions of their Creator, they do not labor in vain, for the word promise, it will not return back void. Have you ever seen an eagle leap off of a branch, concerned that the air that he cannot see won't assist him to soar? Have you ever seen him hunt, concerned that he won't find what he's seeking, a meal? Have you ever seen him build a nest and be worried that he built the nest for nothing? Nothing but us. This creation, this being, is the only one concerned. As the word talks about the lily, look at toil not. It's not concerned. It knows that when it's time to rain, it will rain. When it's time to bud, it will bud. And when it's time for the petals to curl out and stretch out to the sun, it will do that too. It's not concerned about the process. Just we are. So pay attention when the tree loses his leaves in one season. Its reward in the new foliage in the next season. When the grass goes dormant in one season, its reward is the new luster in the next season. Or when the squirrel gathers its food in one season, his reward is provision in the next. One must be mindful how the old serpent is attempting to steal, kill, and destroy in this hour. For if the old serpent can successfully convince you to not ask, seek, or knock, consider nothing else is needed to be done. See, if you entertain the suggestion to not even go to your Father, the mud you waddling in, the storm you are experiencing, the drought you are enduring will continue because you have entertained the suggestion to not even give God an opportunity to show up in your life. You have told God that, you know what, I don't even want you to even show me. I don't want you to even try. Don't even put your hand on it. Because I don't believe that you can help me, that you can do anything for me. Consider, that's like showing up to court without a lawyer to represent yourself. Now, who does that? So, come on. Obtain your spiritual representation. Let Christ get that debt sentence removed to just time already served. Let's walk out the courtroom clean from the mud, with shelter from the storm, and set free from the drought through Christ. Don't let nobody, including yourself, bully you into not calling on the Lord. The moment that we stop leaning on the rock, trusting the stronghold, knowing that the fortress is going to protect us, the moment that we entertain the thought that our God is not the Almighty God, that's when the old serpent, he has a party. He's laughing at us because he knows that when you call on God and God show up, he is no longer allowed to be at the party. He has been kicked out. He's been cast out to wander in desolate places, and he will not be able to find any rest. So don't give him that opportunity. If you can't do nothing else, I want you to call on God. I want you to call on God when you think you got it. And I sure enough want you to call on God when you know you don't. Because at the end of the day, the word says, bring all your concerns, all, to God. Check in with God. Get his opinion. You check with everybody else. What's wrong with checking with God too? What could it hurt to check with God too? Well, I'm Apostle Dr. C. Spears with God's Precious Designs Ministries. This has been The Door is Open, and I hope you have enjoyed your coffee break with God. Until the next time God places me before you, please be blessed, continue to walk in favor, and if you have an ear to hear, what? Always be willing to hear a word from the Lord.